Hi everyone, welcome back to your channel. In this tutorial, I would like to get back to one of my previous projects, which I think around 1 year ago, I made a video about the port monitoring uh, software via Tkinter, Python Tkinter. So, uh, in this tutorial, as per request from you guys, I would like to add the one function which is talking about the starting starting the log for certain time, and then when you stop it, it will stop, although still the logging it continue, and then it's it can be seen, but the file for that exact date time from until that time, it will be captured. So first I would like to show you that how it will work, and after that I will jump into the coding part and to explain that what is the difference and how you can write the code and modify in your previous version. So uh, again, that if you are interested to know about the details of this software, I will drop the link of my previous video here below after this video. Then again, you can find it. This software is a port monitoring. There is then, as you can see here, there is the COM portal. Then you can select your suitable COM port, and also you can select your baud rate. This is my baud rate for this microcontroller, and there is the connect button, which when you connect, it will connect to the microcontroller and then starting to uh, logging and monitoring this microcontroller. If you disconnect, then it will disconnect this port. So I'm trying to start the logging. When I start the logging, it will capture the log from that specific date time, and then when I stop the logging, it will stop. So before, when you wanted to extract as a txt or csv or xml, it extracted entire of the log, and maybe it's very long data, huge amount of the data, and then it's not suitable for you. Maybe you would need to extract some part of this log. So this starting and stop, it's really useful and has a lot of the advantage. Okay, so I'm trying to start this log, and you can see here now is started. Then there is the log here is already dropped in your the root file of your code, and then I'm going to start for some second. After that, for some second later, let me. Okay, I think that this is okay. Then I'm stopping here. See, here is stop. So I believe it should come in this time around the 13 or something like that. So let's see what data you will find here, and here you go. You see, it started from this timestamp until this timestamp, but although still the logging is continued and is giving you the log, but the file, it just captured this specific amount of the log. So this is the whole story for today's video, and just I want to highlight some few items which I added in this version, but I'm not going to explain it. Maybe another video I will explain about that. It's one of the cases I added the timestamp in my previous version you will not find a timestamp, but I added a timestamp here. And also there is then the button as a clear. When you clear, entire of the display will be clean, and then it will start for new log, with the timestamp. See, so these two options we can say that already added, except the start and stop logging. So let's jump to the coding part to see that what is the difference between the old version and the new version. And then also I will drop the coding part of this software below this video. You will find it, don't worry about it. And if you have any question, you can drop your question. So the first change which you need to define as uh, a global item is about the login as active, which by default is false, which means that it's tracking the logging. So if it's true, then it will start to log in. But if it's false, it will not tracking the login. So this is the first item which is needed. And then also for log file, which is handling for continuous log file. Then we need two buttons for start and stop. So here I added the two buttons, one for start, one for stop. And then each button which is using the TTK button, it will referring to the start and stop. These are the cases. Although in the grid part of the other buttons, because I added two buttons, this part already changed for other buttons because it's shifted to the right side. We had already added two buttons, so we need to shift other buttons to the right side. So this part also one of the changes into let's say into the code part. So we have the here, as I explained, this for the this is the command for the start login button, which is defined in the connect, and stop login button, which is defined in disconnect. Okay, so we have the two item as a function as a start login and stop login, which is also when you are disconnect, you calling this the stop logging, and also when you want to start, then you will in the button of the start login also you will call this command as well. So let's see in the start login what will happen. It says that if this self login is not active, because by default, where as I mentioned, it should be by default it is false, and then when we try to start the login, we will make this login as a active as a true. So this is the first item which is needed. And also here it will make one immediately it will create a one file and give that file as an the time stamp of that, and then it will define the button of the login as a disable, because when you by default the button of the start is active. When you start that one, it will be disabled, and the stop will be activated. Yeah, so this exactly the same is talking here. And then it when is started, then it will give you this item as the writing as the start continuous logging to, and then the file. And if there is an exception, it will come as error. For the stop logging, the same scenario, but as a vice versa. When the file before is active, or we can say is true, in the stop, when you click on the stop, it will make it as a false, and then it start to close the file, make it as a none, and then also change the two buttons, the start button as a normal and stop button as a disable, and then also it will write it down as a stop, continue logging to, and at the end, this is the time stamp for that file name. Yeah, it's all for start and stop logging, and this part of the you can find all this information into this software. Okay, I think we have completed this session. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop them in comments below. I will definitely check them and get back to you. Thank you again, and see you next one.